A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart.
You're a slut. What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of the Sharp Reality. At Donovan_Sharp is where I can be found on Twitter, and if you want to contact me directly with questions, comments, show ideas, or personal stories you'd like to share, go to the contact tab in the upper right-hand corner of my homepage, donovansharp.com, and drop me your thoughts. Be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter to stay up to date on all things TSR, and if you want to support the show, bookmark the Amazon link in the sidebar of my homepage and do all your Amazon shopping through that link. We have all heard and have been privy to the quote-unquote wage gap for years. Obviously, the voices, the growing dissent about this perceived wage gap gets louder and louder as feminism becomes more and more prevalent in our culture and in our country. And listen, I mean, the wage gap, for those of you who don't know, basically what the media, what feminism states is that for every dollar a man makes, women only make 77 cents. Even though the wage gap myth has been completely debunked, feminists still continue to push this. I mean, they still continue to push this bullshit narrative. I think there was a law that was passed in California, Oregon, and I think maybe in one other state that I think makes it illegal for companies who are hiring people to inquire about a candidate's salary at their previous employer. I'm not sure exactly what the details were, but the reason it was passed is so that companies don't offer different salaries to men and women and further drive a quote gap between men and women in terms of pay. I mean, unbelievable. You know what? I'll go ahead and take it one step further. I'll go ahead and debunk the wage gap right now. Number one, men work higher paying jobs. Number two, men work longer hours. And number three, if a man and a woman are working a job and the man makes more than the woman for doing the same job, it's because he's been with the company longer. Wage gap myth debunked. Okay? Anyway, we know the pay gap doesn't exist. We know the wage gap doesn't really exist. But I think there should be a wage gap. I believe that for every dollar a man makes, a woman should only make 66 cents. Okay? Yeah, this is some misogynistic shit. No, I don't give a shit. Women should make far less than men, and I'm going to go ahead and give you my 8 reasons why. Number one, women are never the same 2 days in a row. I stated in a previous podcast episode why you should never believe anything a woman tells you, even when she isn't lying, is because the state of a woman is not static. The only thing consistent about women is that they're always changing. They're changing physiologically, they're changing emotionally, they're changing chemically. They're never the same 2 days in a row. So on 5 different work weeks, you'll have a woman go through 5 variations of 5 different moods on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. She's never the same. They are not consistent. Number two, they're always late, okay? Guys, women are always late. They're always, and sometimes it's a half an hour late, 15 minutes late, 5 minutes late. And listen, the excuses are always the same. My kid is sick. My hair wasn't dry. My power went out. My alarm didn't go off. The sun didn't come up. It's always something with these chicks. They're never consistently at work on or before the designated time for them to be there, and it's never their fault, okay? If a woman is perpetually late, she should be fired. No question about it. But since we all know that that's probably never going to happen, the solution is to dock her fucking pay. Pay her markedly less than men who actually show up to work on time every day. Number three, they have a period every month. Yes, you should pay women less because they have a period every month. Guys, not only are women impossible to deal with during their period, they're even more bitchy in the days leading up to the period, the PMS period. They're insufferable. They're emotional. They're all over the map. And because of this, their work performance suffers badly. They shouldn't be paid the same as a man whose work performance is consistent, while there's a solid 10, maybe 11, 12 days where women go completely sideways because it's at or near that time of the month. Number 4, maternity leave. When a woman gets pregnant, she gets paid maternity leave, okay? She gets paid for sitting at home and stuffing her face with fried chicken and donuts all day. In the meantime, somebody's got to pick up the slack because guess what, guys? Her work isn't going to do itself, okay? Women will miss months at a time because they get pregnant, but they stay on the payroll, okay? Money is leaving the company for work that is not being completed by the person they are paying to do the work, all right? The solution to this is very simple. Here's the simple math. You take her annual salary, multiply her salary by 0.75, because maternity leave is 12 weeks, which is one fourth of the fucking year, and there's her new salary. You take that number and divide it by 12, and that's her monthly pay. Easy peasy. Oh my God, what if she doesn't get pregnant? Well, that's why it's called the wage gap, sweetie. Number 5, they're a distraction. Guys, women are a fucking distraction at work. And I'm not just talking about the good-looking ones. We're talking about the ugly chicks as well. Guys, women, listen, anytime a woman is in a workplace, they're fucking other coworkers. They're involved in endless drama. They're sabotaging their female coworkers because bitches hate each other. Dude, I remember I was dating this one chick. She worked for a very small company. And I think that something was going on with her. She had missed work for whatever reason. But she told me that one of her coworkers, in front of her boss, asked her out loud, "Are you on drugs?" It was unbelievable. Like, this is the kind of shit that women do to each other on the regular. Dude, man, they probably spend half their fucking time at HR making false claims of sexual harassment. With all these hookups, all this drama, and all the bullshit they cause in a workplace, all of these things, gentlemen, reduces productivity. So the solution here, again, is simple. Take it out of her pay. Number 6, they hardly work. Okay? Yeah, they're on the clock, but their noses are always in their phones. They're on Facebook. They're on Tinder setting up their 3 new cocks for the weekend, 2 of which are probably on the same day, maybe even at the same time. They're shopping for the usual useless junk they can't stop buying. They're on the company chat software talking to everybody. They're just not productive, so pay them less. Number 7, they don't handle stress well at all, okay? Listen, it's an open secret out here that in any given situation, women never perform well when the pressure is on, ever. They fold like a bad poker hand, and they they almost end up in the fetal position when shit gets real at work, and they're actually charged with putting out a fire. And we're not even talking about supervisors or bosses, guys. We're talking about your run-of-the-mill, average dime a dozen cubicle chick who has a useless degree in women's studies that took her 6 years to get. These chicks crack under stressful situations, and again, this is during the 20 days or so when they're not PMSing or bleeding from their vaginas. Number 8. They are incapable of effective problem solving. Okay, now we are into the realm of the higher ups, the supervisors, the bosses, the executives. When there is a situation that has to be resolved, whether it's with a client or employees or whatever, women almost never use facts, logic, or rationale to resolve the issue. Okay? They default to their feminine hard drives, which is to be expected. They are women. What they end up doing is they solve office issues with emotion, or a lot of times they overcompensate to make it look like they're in charge with overbearing bossiness to hide the fact that they have no idea what the fuck to do in any given situation. And if her solution happens to do the trick, it's usually because she either got lucky or a man helped her out with it. The vast majority of women, guys, are flat out useless in today's workforce. They're liabilities. Yes, gentlemen, there are a few exceptions. We all know. Listen, man, I'll have dudes and women hit me on inbox. Well, I know a woman who blah blah blah. Look, I know these women exist. The exception does not make the rule. And if I have to tell you that, then you're listening to the wrong show. Keep that shit to yourself. But by and large, females will always end up costing a company a hell of a lot more than she makes it because of all of the baggage they naturally bring with them to work. And that's before they start up with all their shenanigans. So while we all know that there isn't really a wage gap, there definitely should be. That does it for this episode of TSR. Guys, hit me anytime on Twitter or my website, donovansharp.com, with your thoughts. And don't forget to bookmark that Amazon link in the sidebar of my homepage to support the show at no cost to you. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you next time.